Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian, welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 23 with the Colorado Rockies in our tour through history. In our previous episode, we went through the 2005 season. We made the playoffs somehow, which I'm still not sure how we managed that. But we did not make the World Series. After a thrilling 13 inning game, we were defeated. Um, I'm also back to trying OBS again. I'm really hopeful that this will finally solve the audio and recording problems I've been having. Um, if it does, then I will explain what happened in the Friday video. But for now, I just want to go ahead and get this video recorded so we can see what happens in this episode. I've already made a couple of minor moves while I was testing out the audio for everything. In particular, I moved a whole bunch of coaches around, and now I'm in the process of trying to find a shiny, tasty new manager for the High A Austin Oil Kings. Toby Hara, you're in. So, how do we do better? Well, I'm glad you asked. The top part of our lineup is as good as ever. Although there are some cracks to be found here. The first among them is Carlos Guillen. Now, Mr. Guillen, for all of his talents, etc., had an off year. If Carlos Guillen is not an elite offensive performer, his defense doesn't hold up. It just doesn't. And so getting a new shortstop might actually be a very worthwhile use of our resources. We brought in Juan Uribe, and let's not lose sight of the fact he was actually a pretty damn good hitter once he came to Colorado. I am more than willing to give him an opportunity to show us what he can do. Potentially. Who else could do better? Danny Garcia only got promoted to left field toward the end of the season. I guess our big issue right now, despite how good we've been offensively, is we're spending a lot of money and a lot of resources on players that are somewhat limited. We could use another player at least as good as Austin Kearns. And I think if we had that, we'd have a truly amazing lineup. And let's not lose sight of the fact we're still third in league in runs scored. I'm just throwing that out there. Our bigger issue by far was pitching. It will always be pitching. It will continue to be pitching until something drastic changes. Whether that's Glendon Rush figuring out how not to be a terrible pitcher, who knows? But we do need to fix that. Despite Fernando Cabrera's amazing follow-up season, there's definitely some room for improvement. We do have some money. And it is a very fair question to ask how much we want to invest in keeping the players we have around. I don't think I can let Juan Uribe or what's-his-face, Danny Garcia walk right now. We also have Marlon Byrd. He offers some interesting pieces here. Yeah, let's just do some real super duper quick re-signings of people. Because we've got to hold on to the bullpen. The bullpen is the one thing that we do consistently very well. If we can keep the bullpen working at a high level, the rest of the team will just kind of figure itself out. Yeah, Brad Leach ended up having a pretty good season. He had a nice little bounce back campaign. Even if he does still walk lots of people, I still think he offers us a reasonably adequate pitcher. And we're going to do one of those, and then we're going to do Marlon Byrd. Um, I guess we can re-sign Danny Garcia. At least give him a chance. But I'm probably going to jump at the first player who's got a decent level of talent. All you fuckers can go. I don't hate the idea of keeping Jeff Cirillo, but I'm not going to pay starter money, not when I still have David Bell. If I could get rid of David Bell, then my answer would change. So that's where we are with that. Let us advance a bit forwards, my friend, in time and possibly space. Toby. How about I give you 150 grand? Why the hell not? Damn right it's the best one you've gotten. Okay, fine. 200 grand. That's my final offer. Like, no one's gonna offer you more money than me. Everyone has signed new contracts. Great. And you joined, as you should. Alright, let's see if any Rockies win any awards this season. Ooh, we got a gold glove with Austin Kearns. I believe that's the second, isn't it? Didn't you get a gold glove last year as well? He did. Let's just jump right the way down. Really? Colorado gets no Silver Sluggers. I mean, I guess that makes sense, as clearly our best hitter is Derek Lee or Andrew Jones, and I guess neither one of them were quite good enough. Let's jump ahead to free agency filings. We do have a bit of money to burn. It's going to be a question of, do we get the right fit? So, prioritizing what we want to accomplish here. I would be over the fucking moon if we could upgrade a catcher, shortstop, or, let's be real, probably left field. David Bell is fine. I mean, he's not fine, but I also can't get rid of him easily, I don't think. Let's chat. Oh, yes. John Rocker. That's who I fucking want on my team. Oh, my God. I mean, hi, Gary Sheffield. But I also mean no. How is Esteban Loaiza a free agent again? Like, did they cut him? Oh, he opted out. Okay, I see. Interesting. Very interesting. Right. Well. Interesting. I mean, a guy like Darren Erstad probably would do awfully well in Colorado. He could play left field. He'd get a chance to get on base a lot, probably hit some homers. But he would also eat my entire salary. So let's look a little bit deeper at this offensive free agent class. Hey, it's Ramon Hernandez. I know that guy. I don't really see too many clear upgrades, other than the guys at the very top. Is Darren Erstad better than Andrew Jones defensively? A little bit. Like, moving him away from center field might extend his career, but it also might not. I don't know. Yeah, Darren Erstad would very clearly be a big deal. But so would Rondell White. And Rondell White is like a fraction of the cost, right? Let's sort by. I want to sort by contact first. Jose Vidro. No, I want a little bit more pop than that. Garrett Anderson would be a really good fit in Colorado, I think. Stick him out in left field, let his great contact and power take him over the top. I can see that working. I'd love to grab Gary Sheffield and stick him like. I guess I could put him at third base and then try to trade David Bell. But the thing is that Sheffield is already 37. I'm deeply concerned about his ability to continue to perform at a high level. Eventually he will fail. Larry Walker doesn't have any defense left. John Jaha only plays first. So do we push in the chips to grab Darren Erstad? Now Erstad would offer us a really good all-around hitter. That's a top defender. He could play left or center, and we'd be pretty happy about that. He also costs us $12 million. And $12 million is a lot of dollars. Guys, I'm almost tempted to go Garrett Anderson. Like, Anderson offers the best combination of very good player to very reasonable contract. And I think he would thrive in Colorado. I think we go ahead and go a bit on the cheap here and see if Mr. Anderson here can offer us some quality offense. What have we got starting pitching wise? I can't help but notice the same names keep coming up. They keep returning over and over again. And at some point, somebody's going to have to make that bigger jump. Javier Vasquez is not the guy for Colorado. He just isn't. And I know he's been a great pitcher, but all of his home run tendencies are going to be magnified in Colorado. I don't think he's a great fit. Esteban Loaiza is a really, really good all-around pitcher. I'm not going to pay him $12 million. I will happily take Corey Lytle for nothing. I shouldn't say nothing, almost nothing. There is the draft too. Let's maybe hold out for the draft and then see what we might be able to acquire. I do think Garrett Anderson offers a pretty nice fit. Maybe not an ideal fit, but I do think he offers a pretty nice fit. Who do we got Hall of Fame wise? Wade Boggs. A Wade Boggs that doesn't hit 3,000 hits is a Wade Boggs that isn't that good a player. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Gary Gaetti deserves it. Andres Galarraga, mad respect for the big cat. I have no compulsion about not bringing him in. Kirk Gibson, yes. Tony Gwynn's not going to make it. I don't think this particular audience would ever vote for Tony Gwynn. Maybe they will, but probably not. Oral Hershiser can't even crack 20% of the vote. That's pretty yikes. Randy Johnson, I think, deserves a lot of consideration. He's maybe not the first ballot Hall of Famer he was in real life, but he's still an excellent pitcher. I don't have any problem with that. It seems like that 2,900 hit range is just not good enough. Which is totally understandable, right? But it does make it difficult to elect people like a Chet Lemon, for instance. Mark McLemore is nothing special. I'll vote for Tim Raines, but I don't think it'll matter. Cal Ripken should make it, though. Brett Saberhagen, I don't know why he hasn't made it already. I guess I'll toss a vote toward Ozzie Smith. And Chris Spire. Getting 50 wins above replacement for less than 2,000 hits, I think makes Terry Steinbach a pretty good peak guy. Definitely Alan Trammell. 1,000% Fernando Valenzuela. And sure, we'll go for Floyd Humans too. I think Ripken and Valenzuela are shoe-ins. Anything else we can get is gravy. But I think those are the two that are almost certainly gonna make it. I would give you an extension if you want it. I don't mind. Osford Guillen. You might have hit center and say his name isn't Osford. It is now. I wouldn't do it because Jerry Gill is nothing. Like, there's nothing about Jerry Gill that is remotely interesting. Rob Bowen, again, not a very good player. I'm glad people want Danny Garcia, because if I do end up getting Garrett Anderson or a premium offensive player in the draft, there's some moves there. Oh my gosh, Troy Tulowitzki. Wouldn't that be apropos? I don't think I want him, by the way. I don't think his glove is going to last, but that would be pretty sweet. All right, I am choosing 17th. So the truly elite talent will not be there by the time I draft. Understood. But surely somebody of interest would be. Oh, hi. Is there one reason on this planet not to take James Shields? Chad Billings is going to walk too many people. Otherwise, I'd strongly consider it. Yeah, Howie Kendrick's a great player. I need pitching. We could go John Lester instead, but no. Good mix of pitches, but I'm concerned about that movement and control. We want somebody that can grow in the majors. James, you're in. And then we can see who's still around in the second round. Wow, that draft died. This draft died quickly. Honk. Oh, excuse me. I know you didn't hear that, but that was quite a loud yawn. Eliezer Alfonso isn't a very good catcher, otherwise I'd think about it. I do think he'd do better in Colorado than just about any other player. Is anyone here not terrible? Fred Lewis is a pretty good all-around hitter that wouldn't embarrass himself in the outfield, I suppose. Get some Scott Thorman if all I cared about was power. Kevin Kuzmanov is a good all-around hitter, but he's not a third baseman. This is a very, very shallow offensive class. I'm going to take Fred Lewis. I'll take Scott Thorman just for the he might hit 70 home runs and 70 hits kind of vibe. All players. Rafael Perez. You're the one who played for the Guardians for a while, right? Yeah. I remember Rafi Perez. Bring him in. Do it. Andrew Brown. Sure. And do what you want. Like, James Shields is very clearly a nice get. I'm pretty happy about that. He's not a perfect pitcher, but I do think he'll be successful in Colorado. If we can bring in Garrett Anderson to help shore up the offense a little bit, our division is still fairly weak. I think we've got a real chance at making some moves and being much more effective. Cool. The Garrett Anderson. Wow, I could get the Peter Monroe and the Juan Carlos Oviedo. I don't think so, guys. I have too many outfielders. That seems to be a theme with me, though. Austin Kearns goes back to left. He's even better in right than he is in left, and that gives us a good core of outfielders. I do need a backup catcher. And I do want some other depth. How many position players I have right now? I have 11. I'd like 2 more, and I'd like one of them to be an infielder. So let's grab an infielder and a backup catcher. Somebody we don't have to pay a lot of money for. Like, I wish we were an American League team right now. I would sign the ever-living fuck out of John J. Ha if I could. But I can't. Gary T. Sarcina seems like a really good choice, though. He's a nice all-around defender. He'll do nicely if I need him. I'm not giving you the starting lineup, though. That is not my jam. What if we got Placido Polanco? He's not that good defensively. What if we got, wait for it, Ramon Hernandez? I'm joking. I don't want Ramon Hernandez. I don't want Mike Matheny because I don't want to bring people back. Eli Marrero, though? I've heard worse decisions than Eli Marrero. Let's give this man a contract if he wants it. And then I want a reasonably good defensive infielder who can also hit. We could bring back Royce Clayton. I don't think that's ideal. Warren Morris has the bat, but he's not a very good defender. Kevin Sapsik is bad at both. Oh, Miguel Tejada. Now that's an idea. Yeah, let's grab us some Miggy. Let's do it. And then I'll go up to the Rule 5. Is there anybody on my roster that I want to protect? I mean, if somebody really wants to take Corey Lytle, they can. I'm not going to argue with them, but I would like to keep him. But I have a feeling there's not going to be anybody truly interesting. I'm just not bothered. I don't think there's much here we can grab. And someone finally took Danny Baez. You know what, my guy? I wish you not poorly. Alright, so James Shields clearly gets the 5th starter spot. and that just gives us that much more flexibility. We'll have Markham, Gomez, Young, Shields, and probably Cologne. And then I can think about moving a couple of other players to make some other decent upgrades. I'm really gassy today. Hey Gary, I would love nothing more than to bring you in, but you want to be a starter and I don't want to pay you for it, so. Remember when I could have had Alex Rodriguez and then I didn't? I remember. I will always remember. Wow. A good year for first years. 3 first years made it, plus Gaetti, Trammell, and Saberhagen. Very nice. I forgot to vote for Buddy Bell. Very clearly, he wasn't going to get in, though. So, I'm not going to cry about it. Really? You're holding me up for more money? I mean, I need a quality backup catcher, so I'll pay, but you could just be cool about it and sign. We got Tejada. I will definitely appreciate that. Give me my dude. And Tejada. What does David Bell have that Tejada doesn't? David Bell is admittedly a much better third baseman. And we got Marrero. Good. I probably need to trade a pitcher at the beginning of the at the end of spring training rather, to maybe make some upgrades elsewhere. All right, James Shields gets an opportunity. Rafi Perez gets an opportunity. You can do your thing here. Let's definitely do a 6-man rotation. Stretch those arms out. Okay, you're only playing Marlon Byrd. I see. Okay. Bobby Estalella is such a weird player, and that if he ever hit like 240, he would automatically become like a world beater in Colorado. And 240 from most players is not an unfair thing to ask. But from him, it might be unfair. It might very well be unfair. We have put together a disconcertingly average rotation. And I mean that in the best possible way. We've built a team that can sustain success theoretically. And then we'll sim and we'll sim. Alright. I got way too many pitchers. I'd like to get rid of at least 3 of them. Capuano's an obvious pick. There's no point in keeping him in the majors. McKay McBride, even more obvious pick. You do everything Rafael Perez does, but worse. And Carlos Silva may be the obviousest of all of the picks. That gets us down to 13 pitchers. I think we at most need 12. So, who then becomes the most expendable pitcher? Probably Bartolo Colon. It has to be, right? Like, as much as I appreciate the fact he did sign with us when nobody else would, I don't see a reason why he makes the roster over any other pitcher here. Unless I trade Glendon Rush instead. Glendon Rush led the league in giving up 34 homers. However, or 40 homers. However, Bartolo Colon was worse. Like, everything Rush does, Colon does, but worse. And I think that's why Colon has to be the odd man out. What am I offered for his services? I could get the D Brown, the Chu Freeman. Quit trying to make this happen, universe. I'm not acquiring Nafi Perez or Hideo Nomo. Like, none of these players are interesting in the least, but I have to get somebody, so that's what I'll do. Alright, this brings us down to 28. 3 position players gotta go. It's gonna be a lot of outfielders that get sent down. Danny Garcia seems a far better chance to hold his value than Jose Guillen. I mean, okay, fine. We'll get rid of Tony Garcia and Cameron Crew and Carlos Luke. Okay, then we actually don't need to get rid of any outfielders. We can keep all 6. Okay. I can dig it, sucker. Can you dig it, sucker? I will never do that again, but... What am I saying? I can't make that promise. Okay. Derek Lee hits 3rd. Andrew Jones hits 4th. Garrett Anderson hits 5th. That's a fairly potent middle of the lineup. Austin Kearns hits 2nd. So then the question becomes, is there anybody I can trust to be the leadoff guy? And I hate to come back to Carlos Guillen, but up until last season, Carlos Guillen was really good at getting on base. I don't really have a better choice right now. As much as that saddens me, it's the truth. Then probably Uribe, Bell, and Estalella. And then generate the depth chart. I don't want him playing that often. I don't mind Marlon Byrd and Jose Guillen getting fairly regular reps. I think that's reasonable. But I don't want to mess with anything else as far as the lineup goes. Do the thing. And do the thing. Okay, great. Fan-fucking-tastic. I wonder what the die roll is, like the hidden die roll. that gets you unanimous. Like, I've got to imagine that it's possible. It just hasn't happened yet. But that there's like some deep-seated super secret that'll eventually do that for you. Did I put Prez on the 40 man? I did. I did not put James Shields on the 40 man, however. That was nearly a significant error. We were relying an awful lot on some older players to be top quality, and I don't know how to feel about that. But we're sure gonna try. Did I get Danny Baez back? I bet I did. You're not fooling me. I know nobody wanted you. I'm just saying. I'm not doing it to be a dick, but we all knew that nobody wanted you guys. Jose Guillen, I'm really upset by you being a piece of shit. So shut the fuck up. How's that for a rebuttal? Shields got better, Rush got better, a lot of improvement in a lot of areas. I'm here for that, but what I am not here for is only being 12 and 14. Only 1 month in. There's not really a whole ton that I want to do other than just see how things go with another full month of at-bats to actually determine how bad we are. Are we actually a bad team, or are we merely just off to a cold start? I wonder if the game takes into account something like because players are a bit older, they have more issues? I don't know. Carlos Guillen would love to come back and be. Oh snap! Good job, Juan Uribe. Mr. Guillen is like, can I come back? And I'm probably gonna be no. Like, even if you hit the best you've ever hit, I don't see a ton of value in keeping you. Not when there are perhaps other players to be had. Yeah. Alright, so what is going well this season? Well, we're getting a lot of offense 1 through 6, excluding 2. I can't help but notice Austin Kearns is off to an ice cold start. I have no reason to believe that will continue, but that does make me sad. But then again, one year is hitting 363. So these things have a way of kind of working themselves out, don't they? Yeah. We're the number one offense in the league again. No surprise there. What is surprising is being number one in pitching WAR. And I am very curious to see how the season progresses. We're certainly not a flawless team, of course. Depends if Shinseisa looks terrible, whatever. But for right now, I can kind of roll with the punches. No, I would love to trade Carlos Guillen. I truly would, because I'm not going to bring him back anyway. So why don't I? I am concerned. Wait, who's Gonzalez? Adrian Gonzalez. Oh, 4 Pirates. 4 Pirates. Got it. I thought it was against Pirates. And I was like, what? He's not on my team, is he? Like, hey, I'm not going to judge anybody who just, like, shows up and is like, psst, I play for the Rockies now. I'm not going to fight him. I'll take all the help I can get. There will be no help I will not accept. I'm more than happy to give a bunch of minor league coaches some new jobs. It's a nice life. Okay, Austin Kearns has turned it around. I don't think he could have stayed cold all season. But you know who hasn't cooled off at all? Juan Uribe. When I said I'll bet he'll hit better in Colorado, this is not what I envisioned. Now, giant neon green, whatever bright color you want to talk about, warning sign. Triples are not sustainable from year to year. So we should not expect that part of his game to continue. But he's still been a fantastic player, and I'm very pleased at how well he's doing. Bobby Estalella is playing better. He's not playing great, but he is playing better. And I am fine with that. Boy, if you started the season and said, Avi, who do you think is going to be the best player on the Colorado Rockies, I would not have guessed Juan Uribe. Truly a treat. A tasty, tasty treat. Kevin Gregg, what's your deal? Your deal is that you're like this every year. You don't strike people out. You keep the ball down sometimes, and you walk people. I think I probably just need to move on from you. Um, Fernando Cabrera's having a real issue. Um, but the home run rate is what's spiking. And that's something that's always going to be bad in Colorado. So I don't know what the solution to that particular problem is. Other than just cry. Weep. Weep the hot tears of the just. Let's go ahead and bump up Brad Lidge to being a setup guy again. He's having a good season, the only reliever who really is, and I think he deserves a treat. I'm gonna be honest with you, if Juan Uribe doesn't make the All Star team, I will be gobsmacked. My gob will be smacked super hard. There he is. Way to go, buddy. Andrew Jones made it. Derek Lee made it. No Austin Kearns, that's cool. And Fernando Cabrera made it. I don't know why, but he did. That's 4 All-Stars, though. That's a good mix. Yeah, Austin Kearns is always going to be held back because he doesn't have a huge amount of power. I still think he's incredibly valuable, though, and I'm extremely pleased that we have him. He had a bit of a rough patch there, but he's bounced back nicely. Okay. Friends, let's talk. Let us have a chat. Can we do better than Carlos Guillen right now? Like, let me be clear. If we trade Carlos Guillen, is to get an upgrade for this season. Not next season, not 3 seasons from now, this season. Otherwise, I will stand pat with what we've got. So, my friends, let us see whom might be available of a shortstop variety. Nobody. Oh, Guillen. You frickin' jerk. I can't trade him. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Oh, no, wait a minute. It's the opposite of that. I don't want Scott Service. Oh, wow. I think I've made that mistake before. Like, I just say words without thinking about them. I mean, when you can get Armando Benitez, you have to do that. Oh, wait, it's the opposite of that. You can easily afford it. No, game. Okay. Fine. Yeah, because TJ Matthews is nothing special. Ow. Oh, that hurt. That was a very big sneeze. Um, a biggin, if you will. Oh my god, what is it about Scott Service that you think is desirable? Other than my repeated hilarious malapropisms regarding his name. Um, no. All right. 2,000 hits for Rich Becker. Wow. That's actually genuinely pretty surprising. Like, Rich Becker was like an average player for the A's and the Twins a bit. The version of Rich Becker clearly turned out a whole lot better, though, which I'm kind of here for, actually. Because, like, what's the fun of playing a historical game only to see players not exactly the same? Right? Like, that's not interesting or fun. You know, oh wow, Cal Ripken Jr. ended up being one of the best shortstops of all time. What a shock. It's cooler to see these players enter the Hall of Fame where there was something missing in real life. That's what I think is really neat. If we take a quick look at Le Hall of Fame, like Mike Smith is the classic example from our timeline, right? Cy Young was a scrub, didn't even make the Hall, but Mike Smith is pitching perfection. Um, in case you're wondering, the E is for extremely good pitcher. I have that on good authority. Um, that's one example of a player who in real life was kind of a nothing, but in our game ended up being a Hall of Famer. I just want to take a quick trip through memory lane while we ponder. Matty Alou making the Hall of Fame when none of the Alou brothers are even remotely in the neighborhood of the Hall of Fame in real life. You know what we're going to do? Let's look at batting stats. Let's look at WAR. For batters, obviously. What are you doing, game? Oh, I see what the issue is. It's sat at probably this season. I just want his career numbers. Oh, I just saw where to go. Time frame career. There we go. So look at the best players to ever play Major League Baseball in our game. A lot of these guys are players who are equally excellent in real life. Jimmy Fox, Tris Speaker, Mickey Mantle, Babe Ruth, Rogers Hornsby, Ty Cobb. Any Hall of Fame has to include those players. But then you get the big weirdos like Jim Fregosi. Jim Fregosi. What? Like, it's truly insane, right? Like, the real life Jim Fregosi is actually pretty solid. I'm not saying that to make fun of him, but he certainly would not be one of the best shortstops in the history of Major League Baseball. Eric Davis finally reaches some level of his actual true talent level, unlike the real Eric Davis that got hurt quite early on into his career and was never quite the same after that. Yeah, like there's some really crazy names in here. Now, part of this is shortstop inflation. Because of the way OOTP calculates WAR, shortstops are going to look really good even if they really weren't. But I mean, George Davis being one of the best players in Major League history, which admittedly he was quite good in real life as well. Again, it's just cool to see how our version. Who the fuck is Kid Elberfeld? I've never heard of him. Not even once. Mike Slattery being a Hall of Famer, sure. Rico Patricelli only in like the most Boston of Boston dreams. Oh wow, I thought he played for Boston. He actually played for Cleveland. That's hilarious. I did not remember that. Yeah, Shoeless Joe. I mean, Shoeless Joe would have made the Hall of Fame if he hadn't gotten banned from baseball, so that's not a big surprise there. But Lou Boudreau made it just like real life, but then you've got like Johnny Hop. So yeah, it's a super cool, super amazing thing, and I wonder if there's any pitcher who's actually was better than Mike E. Smith. Tom Terrific and Monty Ward were both slightly better than him in terms of WAR. Notice more wins though than Mikey Smith. And unlike that big fat loser Cy Young who also led the league in losses too, Mikey Smith is down that line a bit. He's no cannonball Titcomb though, that's for sure. Oh my god. Oh, I don't want to admit how old I am, but I'm probably too old to think names like Titcomb are funny. Probably. I'm sorry, but Manny Ramirez, Florida Marlin, and Adrian Beltre and Albert Pujols suiting up for the Diamondbacks. That's truly crazy. Truly, truly wild. Who is the top hitter in the National League this year? It's Garrett Anderson. Nice. Would I bring back Garrett Anderson? I would if the price was right. But I don't want to bring him back at the expense of getting even better. Like, I'm feeling, yeah, the man wants his salary to double. I wish you well, my friend, but that will not be with the Colorado Rockies. I don't have that kind of money. Just gonna keep on keeping on, gentlemen, and any ladies that may be listening or watching. If I haven't showed you off with my somewhat terrifying remarks earlier, not Dave Elder. I mean, Dave Elder retiring. Wow, way to be on the nose there, guys. Weren't you? No, it's Jose Guillen was the one that was bitching and moaning about not having regular playing time, not Danny Garcia. Friends, I don't want to alarm you, but we won 100 games. And if you saw that coming, then please give me your lottery picks. I beg of you. Um, Hi, buddy. Even David Bell hit this year. Wow. Like the raw capabilities of David Bell right now are mediocre at best. But he hit out of his mind, probably because Coors Field. Probably. But I mean, we led the league in every major offensive category except for stolen bases, and that's great. No notes. Let's go right to the start of the playoffs. What did I get? Oh, Andrew Jones is a 30-30 player. Very nice. I apparently had never gotten that achievement before. That's super cool. That is really cool. So, who makes our rotation? I think Glendon Rush is very clearly the odd man out. No, I definitely want James Shields pitch. No, game. You're drunk, game. Markham, Gomez, and old. I mean, young. And then you can do some specialist and middle relief work. And let's see how it turns out. Okay, so we lost the first game. That's kind of a bummer. We win the second game. Cool. We win the third game. You know what? Let's do it, guys. Let's play this game. Hopefully the audio works. Hopefully. These are not the ultra terrifying Philadelphia Phillies. They're merely the very terrifying Philadelphia Phillies. Wow, Cocoa Crisp. Okay. Don't betray my tiny trust, James Shields. I need you to shield the team. That ball was hit hard. This is a terrifying lineup, though, in a lot of ways. I mean, Carl Everett might be ice cold at the moment. That was my fault. I shouldn't have said anything. Was that a ground rule double? Or is that a homer? As a ground rule double. Okay. And there we go. Now what we need to do, remember how angry I got at the end of that game with the Yankees where they just tore into our pitcher? Let's make Brad Penny into a bad Penny. Get it? Get it? A nice lead off to the inning. Okay, 2 base runners as an excellent start. A double play. Oh, it wasn't a double play. Good job. Runners at the corners. Come on, Andrew. Hit it to the outfield. That'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. And Garrett Anderson strikes out. That's not really a surprise. That's kind of the Garrett Anderson trademark. If you watched him play in real life, mostly for the Anaheim Angels at the time, he struck out a lot. He generally had a pretty decent average and some good home run numbers, so he wasn't like an embarrassment or anything. But he was definitely less than ideal, all things considered. Angel Baroa strikes out. I remember when Angel Baroa debuted with the Kansas City Royals, and everyone was like, he's the next super great shortstop, and then he just wasn't. Life comes at you fast, my friends. Life comes at you fast. Okay, I appreciate the effort by trying to beat out an infield single, but maybe hit the ball harder next time, David. I'm just saying. Estalella misses, and James Shield gets to hit now. And he strikes out. That's fine. Wow, Andrew Jones, I see you're not being paid for your effort. It takes like 3 steps over. And there we go. Come on, Carlos, you let off last inning with a single. Let's do it again. Nice. Hey, leadoff man doing leadoff things. That's what we're here for, right? That's what we came to see. That could have been better, Austin Kearns. Kind of lame. What is your obsession with hitting into double plays, Derek Lee? Like, what have you... What is it in your baseball DNA that has convinced you that the secret key to amazing play is lots of double plays? Oh, no. Oh, that's out. Like, there's... That's not even close. I mean, I don't really want you to walk Carlos Delgado, but I'd rather you walk him than give up a homer. That's another single. At least the benefit of Chipper, or not Chipper Jones, sorry, Andrew Jones is I can try to steal second. Let's try a hit and run just to spice life up a bit. Easy peasy. And move that runner up to third. I love it. I don't necessarily want to play small ball, but I will play whatever ball gets me runs. And that's not one of them, Uribe. You absolute fucking prick. And David Bell draws a walk, so it's up to Bobby Estalella, who doesn't waste any time striking out. Oh my god. I'm really concerned about, like, the moment I take over a team, they stop hitting. That's kind of a bummer, if I'm honest with you. We got Coco Crisp out. Man, I know he's already given us 5 innings. No, you know what? No. I'm not doing this again. I'm not convincing myself to keep somebody in until their arm falls off. No. It's what bullpens are for. Who is coming up? It is Everett, Jones, and Gonzalez, so probably a righty. Let's get Mr. Wong up. And let's go ahead and pinch hit for James Shields. Let's get Danny Garcia up. Let us get Danford Garcia the third. I know it's not his name, but it could be his name. Nice work, Garcia. Very nice work. And look, Carlos Guillen has been studying Derek Lee, and it's like, oh, hitting in a double place looks like fun. I'm going to try it. Oh my god. Why? Anyway, Wong, you're in to pitch. Just, like, don't screw up, please. Nice. Good play by Estalella. The man's got an arm, even if he doesn't hit the best all the time. Good work, Ming Wong. Alright, come on, guys. We can't let Brad Penny be shutting us down like this. We've got to get some quality action in here. I don't really want to bring in Glendon Rush. It's gonna be 7th innings. We can go Lidge, Cruz, and then Cabrera. That is a possibility. What is with all the ground balls, Lee? What is with the outs in general? Like, how on earth is the best team in Major League Baseball's offense being held to 4 hits and only 1 run? I must be cursed. I genuinely must be cursed, because it seems like the last 2 or 3 times I've played an actual game, my team just hasn't hit regularly. That's some heads up base running right there. And then David Bell, of course, has to hit an easy ground ball. You know what? I complained about hits. I should have complained about runs. That's on me. Let's go ahead and put Lidge in. A nice strike out of Delgado. And Bellhorn. And boom. I mean, that's perfection, right? Like, that's literally what you're looking for in every single appearance. Alright, Estalella, I need you. Please. No. Not a fly ball out. Oh my god. You know what? Let's get the complainer in. Jose Guillen is constantly whining and moaning about how he is the most amazing hitter in the world and we should employ him more. Let's let him earn his paycheck. An opposite field single is certainly nothing to write. It's certainly nothing to slam. And a nice... That's definitely a double by Guillen. It's probably not going to score. But it's runners at second and third with only one out. Kearns, please. Oh, look at that ball placement. Oh, that was dead sexy right there. That is precision baseball action. And I love it. And a 3-run homer, or 2-run homer by Derek Lee. Well, we broke through at the right time, I guess. And now it's just up to our pitchers to finish it off, potentially. And you know what? It all got started by Jose Guillen. I sometimes give people unfair amounts of shit, but I think in this case, well done, my friend. Well done. A strikeout, lovely. Just a moment, friends. Oh my. Okay. It is apparently the day to sneeze. It is sneeze day. Which is fine, I guess. Alright. I'm going to do something a little bit unorthodox. I'm going to warm up Glendon Rush. And you may be asking yourself, why? Actually, I'll warm up both of them just in case. But there's little advantage at this point in the game to bringing in the closer with a 4-run lead. Especially we can add on another runner. Holy shit, Juan Uribe. I couldn't even finish my thought there. Damn, son. But yeah, my idea is I want Cabrera to be ready if we need him at the beginning of the NLCS. Which maybe he won't be needed, or maybe we'll do really badly. Damn, Juan Cruz. That was actually a surprisingly decent swing. Let's go ahead and get Mr. Roosh in. Glendon Rush. Not the actual Roosh. Not the pro wrestler. That's a triple for Everett. I would be shocked if it isn't. It's all because in the beginning of the game I was like, wow, Carl Everett's super cold. Not anymore, he's not. It would be wild as fuck if we could have nailed him at the plate, but it wasn't going to happen. Oh, dear. Wow. Striking out Juan Gonzalez was not the outcome I was thinking would happen there. Boom. LCS time. Lovely. Went just as I planned it. I'm kidding. That did not go as I planned it. It was frankly kind of scary. And, yeah. Alright. Do I want to have a fifth starter for the NLCS? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think riding the warm hands, or the hot hands perhaps, is a better strategy. So let's see what happens here. A nice early game win, early series win. You'd love to see it. Then an equally lopsided second game defeat. A victory there. Nice game by Chris Young. Less nice game by Fernando Cabrera. 3-2 series lead. And another. Wow, you guys are getting bonus baseball this episode. And let's see what happens here. I was about to say, wait a minute, Meister Asturis. Oh right, the away team gets to bat first. Meister Asturis. Well, hey, 1 pitch, 1 out. That works for me. That works for me a lot. That works a little bit less. Please don't hit Corey Patterson. Not because I have any great affection for the man, but because he's actually like a dangerous base stealer. And Robinson Cano is a really good hitter. Okay, top-notch play there, Chris Young. I'm feeling you're going to end up being a general manager one day. Ryan Ludwig. Oh, wow. That got hit real hard. And we could have nailed him at the plate, but again, it's the weird animation glitch, whatever. Chris Young, I'm going to need you to do me a favor and not do that again. Like, stop giving up hits. That's not what the cool kids do. And I'm sure you want to be one of the cool kids, right? Who doesn't want to be one of the cool kids? I mean, I wasn't one of the cool kids. I might have wanted to be, but I wasn't. Is Guillen going to manage a trip? Oh, you dumb fucker. You dumb fuck. Oh my god, that was a run if you hadn't made that decision. Whatever. Really? Can we not do ridiculous diving catches on top of everything else? That's an out. Or it's a homer. No, it's an out. Yeah, that pitch died. That pitch died. Was the wind blowing in? It is blowing in, so it is going to tend to knock pitches down. We'll see what happens here, though. Guillen, if we lose this game by 1 fucking run, I am glad you're leaving. Because that was a stupid, stupid decision. But it doesn't matter, because we're going to lose the game by multiple runs, because Chris Young has decided, nah, I'm not going to pitch. It's just Game 7 of the NLCS. Trip to the World Series on the line. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. You should have come to the plate right there at the end, so that's another error. Oh my fucking god, you're giving up hits to the pitcher. Are you literally an idiot? Nope, you gave up a grand slam to the leadoff guy, didn't you? Oh no, he caught it. You're done, Young. You're 100% done. Get fucking Patterson out. Oh my god. Enough with the comedy of errors this inning. Really? You just had to give up 1 more run, didn't you? Why are you so terrible at your job, dude? Oh, see, he easily beats the throw. Man, fuck you, Chris Young. Don't come in here with this bullshit in a clutch situation. Like, you're done. You are not. Yeah, you're done. Wong, warm up. Oh my god. I hate that. And now we're back to our old tricks of just light, weak outs. We didn't want to stress the other team. They're going to the World Series apparently. After all, we don't want them to have to work for it or anything. Um, and the best thing to help a struggling pitching staff, a 1-2-3 inning in which the opposing team has to put forth zero effort. Chris Young, this performance was awful. Oh my. No infield hits. You've had enough hits. Stop. And because he. I mean, it's better. Like, we're not giving up frozen ropes or anything. Hey, you got the pitcher out, Wong. That puts you well ahead of the starter. Cool, cool. I didn't actually want to get any hits this game. I realize I have two. That's not the point. Why did you strike out? Why did you even swing at that pitch? Okay, that pitch actually was really close to the zone. That's fair. Can you just stop, Chicago? Just fucking pump the brakes? That'd be delightful. That'd be awfully cool of you. Nice job getting Cano out. Very nice. I mean, giving up a hit. Oh no, that was an out. Nice. That was clutch, my dude. That was big time clutch. Derek Lee gets a walk. And Andrew Jones gets a pop fly to the catcher. Nope, who botched it? Wow. Okay. And a walk for Lee too, or Jones too. All right. That's a fly ball out. That should still be enough to move up the end, though. So, or Leah, rather. I'll take it. Uribe, my dude. Nice. Scoring on an infield hit. You know what, guys? I just care that we start plating runs. That's all I'm looking for. Can you hit it? Can you actually hit the ball without getting an out? You could draw a walk. Oh, damn. I can't leave Wong in. As much as I might want to, I can't. This is too important a spot. And I just need someone who can keep this rally going. I'm going to put in Marlon Byrd. Because the most important thing is making good, solid contact. Or, oh my god, dude, you fucking tool. Yeah, guess what? Glendon Rush, I don't care if you're warm or not. You're coming into the game. That's probably the defining at bat right there. Is bases loaded with 2 out, a chance to do some real damage, and instead we just harmlessly ground out. Maybe I should have taken a look and seen how left-handed the Cubs are, and then let Rush start this game. It didn't occur to me to check that, so that's on me. I will own that. Alright, a nice opening single. Kearns. A nice double play. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for preventing us from having to do any strenuous work like score runs. That's good stuff right there. I mean, a solo homer from Derek Lee is definitely welcome. And then a ground ball by Andrew Jones. Oh, you pig fucker. Really? You're going to give up a damn home run to Orlando Miller just to drive in the screws. I'm never going to be on YouTube trending. And I don't care. All I do care about is my fucking pitcher is pitching and my hitter is hitting. But I apparently can't have either of those things right now. No! No perfect placement, Kano. Can you just stop scoring runs, you fuckers, and not score any more? No, you've got to keep scoring runs because, God forbid, I have a chance. Cool. Like, here's my concern, right? I don't see us being able to put together a sustained inning if we can't figure out how to frickin' get on base and build the big rallies. A walk for Garrett Anderson is a nice start. But then, quit hitting into double plays. Stop. Why must you hit the damn ball on the fucking ground? Like, yeah, Scott Williamson is a ground ball pitcher that throws really hard. He's hard to square up on. I get it. That doesn't mean you just keep hitting these weak ground balls every time we get a base runner. Are you fucking kidding me, Bell? Are you fucking kidding me? What possessed you to take a lead at all there? We're down by 5. Oh my god. And see, here's the difference between us and the Cubs. The Cubs are getting big production from the lower spots in the lineup. And that's the one thing that you have to get in the fucking... that's one you absolutely have to have in the postseason. You have to have unlikely heroes. That's how this has to work. Or you're just going to not be a very effective team. But we don't have that luxury. We barely can get our stars to play well in the playoffs. Also, cool move. We're definitely going to bring in Jose Guillen to hit. And we're going to warm up... who's coming up in their order? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and get Rafi Perez warmed up. Okay, now that's a way to start an inning. And that's an out. That was close, though. That was definitely reasonably close to being out. That's just another out. You know, I completely understand that maybe it's just the games I'm not playing that Austin Kearns is really playing well in. But it seems like he's just, like, not getting it done. At all. And that's kind of a bummer. Because we could use him. We could use our number 2 hitter playing at a high level. Could you not be so fucking relentless, Cubs? Back off. Oh, we're allowed to get those too. That's cool. I don't know if that was illegal. Gian, nice try to stop it, but actually get the ball next time. There we go. All right. Who do we bring in the ninth? I mean, it's likely not to matter. But let's go ahead and warm up Juan Cruz. See, we need to be relentless, guys. We need to come into a game and just start hitting. Like single after single after single. Draw some walks. Anything to get base runners. And we just don't do that. Maybe it's just this game. But it's an important one. You should all be playing at the peak of your baseball capabilities, and you're not. You're all just hitting weak ground balls. And yes, I could be telling. First of all, completely fair. I could be ordering my team to go ahead and like take pitches and things like that. Fair. Gian, fucking stop. Either make the damn play. You know what? Can you please just come up with a game where you make all the fuck ups in a game that I don't play? And you stop the whole, oh, we're going to allow 15, 20 hits every damn game because that's just how we go, I guess. Okay, the double play is great. You should have gone for home. We needed them to not score a run if we were to have any chance at a comeback. But it doesn't matter because you're just going to keep scoring because you're not going to stop them. They're just going to effortlessly get as many runs as they want to in every single game. This was a clusterfuck. I don't even care if we somehow manage to come back, which we won't. But this is utterly unacceptable, and I hope everyone has a good hard think about how they failed as a team in this game. Look at this shit. Each and every fucking one of you just hits weak-ass ground balls. You shouldn't even be swinging at that pitch. Have some fucking sense, my guy. And it's another out because that's what you do. That's what this team does. They get an opportunity to make something happen and they just, nope. We're just going to die. I mean, a ground rule double is not nothing, but it's also not something either. We're absolutely not using Juan Cruz, though. Danny Garcia, get in there. And how do we end the game? A weak ground ball. Fuck you, Cubs. This was an utter train wreck from the moment the game started till the moment it ended. Yeah, that's it. There's no other explanation. That really makes me mad. That really infuriates me that the team just gave up. And okay, could I have taken more pitches? Absolutely. I probably should have forced them to do it because otherwise, clearly they can't be trusted. But let's talk about what actually went well this season. Let's end on a high note because we won 100 games. This was a successful season by any measure of the imagination. Andrew Jones put in a borderline MVP caliber season. I don't think he's going to get it. It's going to go to somebody like, say, 60 homers. But a 30-30 season is nothing to sneeze at. Not even a little bit. Derek Lee just keeps being dependable. In the regular season, postseason not so much, but in the regular season, yes. Austin Kearns, even if he never reaches 2003 again, he's still performing at a very high level again until the postseason starts. This is Juan Uribe's season. It is his season. If we'd won the World Series, I would have put his name on the trophy first, because his insanely awesome season is what carried us into a 100-win team. And make no mistake about it, we got big improvements across the board. But that was very nice. Carlos Guillen led the league in doubles and in triples. That's when you want to say things are unsustainable, by the way. There is no way in hell that Carlos Guillen performs this level ever again. But I'm here for it nonetheless, at least for this season. Garrett Anderson came in and played incredibly well. Incredibly well. Even David Bell and Bobby Espalea both turned in really good seasons. A lot of things had to go right for us to win as many games as we did, and a lot of things did go right. The pitching. James Shields, Sean Markham, Tony Gomez, and Chris Young all had great regular seasons. Chris Young fell apart at a terrible moment. But that doesn't disguise the fact he's actually a pretty good pitcher this year. We could have gotten a lot more from the pitching staff, but honestly, you won 100 games. And you were one game away from the World Series. I mean, hey, look at that. If Chris Young got a shutout, so maybe he was entitled to have a bad game in Game 7. Who knows? What I do know, however, is that there's a lot we'll need to think about. Glendon Rush had a nice little bounce back season. I think bringing him back is reasonable. I get a 2-year deal this time. Nice. Do we have a top-tier pitching coach ready to fill the void? Greg Washburn is pretty amazing. Grego, to the majors with you. Mike Paul is reasonably good, but I want a great pitching coach. I want somebody that can take our youngsters to the next level. And I think that's Jose Alvarez. Let's make that happen, my friend. So, bittersweet moment at the very end there. Very bittersweet. But none of that can disguise the fact that we won a lot of games this season. 100 of them, in fact. And we did it from top to bottom. We had an amazing offense and a really good pitching staff. What are we going to do next season, though? That is the question. And 2 of our biggest contributors, arguably 3, because actually Miguel Teod had a pretty nice season too in reserve, are gone. I'm probably not going to bring back any of them because they're all going to want huge raises. This is our season to really push in some chips and bring in a super elite AAA top tier player. Because we're going to have openings. We're going to have an opening at shortstop. We have an opening in right field. We're going to have an opening in the middle infield. This is the opportunity for us to take what we've built so far and kick it into the stratosphere. And I will not be outbid for a premium player. Let's just throw that out there right now. Upcoming free agents. Who is the best position player in this draft? It's Alex Gonzalez. You know what? I don't necessarily think he's as great as he looks, but I'm going to take it. I will absolutely pay whatever it takes to get Alex Gonzalez to come to Colorado. Yeah. Um, there is no amount of money that anyone can bid. He's another guy. Like real Alex Gonzalez was like meh, like genuine meh. And holy shit, is this version of Alex Gonzalez something special? He's gonna be a Rocky for a long time. I mean, I got $18 million. I'm not saying we can outbid anybody, but I think we can outbid pretty much anybody. And then maybe add in a couple of the interesting players if we are fortunate. That concludes today's episode. Hopefully everything records well and the audio is amazing and everything can go back to normal. But I do want to thank all of you for watching the show, for supporting the channel, for the comments. You've all been very helpful in a time that's been challenging for me in the sense of this stupid recording nonsense. But I thank you all for watching. It really means a lot to me. And until next time, this has been Guardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.